2016. I'm one of your hosts, Mike, and this is the man with the beard.
Is that where you start?
I'm waiting for you.
I'm so confused with how you're doing
Waiting
this
for
right
you.
now. Okay.
That's all right. This is Matt Bird, our man with the beard, and really you can't have anything in the gaming industry, regardless of YouTube channel or anything, without somebody with a beard, and I can't grow one, so that's the only reason he's here. We're going to be going over some awesome games that we've been playing. It's actually been a little over a month, I think, since we've done a double take with our schedules conflicting the way they have been. We're going to be...
St. John.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about The Witness, then we're going to go to Firewatch, then Dying Light following Rainbow Six Siege, and then we're going to end it with the games that me and Matt have played separately and not played, obviously, the same games and stuff like that. Ending with SOMA, Gone Home, and LEGO Marvel's Avengers. So let's start off with that son of a bitch Witness game.
Fuck that game.
What did you think of it, Matt?
It was gorgeous. It was challenging, but that last trophy, I'm glad that the rest of you got for me because fuck that. But beautifully done. People complain about $40. I definitely got $40 worth of frustration out of it.
It's weird because it's a game that actually... It punishes you, but it's so rewarding when you get it. It's kind of similar to Bloodborne. Yeah, you can just use that.
I don't know what we're doing.
It's kind of similar to Bloodborne in the sense, because whenever I figured out a rule in The Witness, because for those of you who don't know what it is, the premise of the game is you wake up, you're on it. This is in the description, for the way this isn't spoilers. We never get into spoilers on the show. You wake up on an island, you have no memory of who you are, all you have is this island to explore, and as you're going around the island, you find these puzzles. The biggest challenge of the game is trying to figure out what the rules are for each puzzles, because at a glance they're simple line puzzles. When you start actually doing them, they're not simple in any respect of the word. And of course, when you first start, yes, they are. They can be really simple. Oh, okay, this is easy to figure out, blah, blah, blah. And then you get to some ones that are just like, oh my god, I have to do this, and then figure this out, and then remember it all. But we played it pretty extensively. We got it going as far as... we both got platinums in the game.
Yeah.
That does not mean, however, we got every single challenge done, but the game is so punishing that I was done after that. I couldn't play anymore. Have you touched it since we got your platinum for you, since it was just the one thing you needed?
No, I deleted it.
Yeah, me too. But amazing game, brilliant in its... Like, Jonathan Blow obviously is an evil genius of every stretch of the imagination. I don't even know what else to say about it. I mean, you can't really talk too much about it without going into it and spoiling everything. I will, however, say that you need... I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. The reality is you can't, because there are some people that are going to have a lot of trouble doing the puzzles. If you don't like puzzle games, don't ever buy this game or play this game or even come close to touching this game, because that's all it is. But yeah, did you like it at least?
I did. There were some times I wanted to break my controller, but it was a nice change of pace. So.
Yeah. I find it's so hard because after I finished and got my platinum and stuff, I instantly deleted the game, and I was like, I hate that game. I don't even want to touch it again. But while I was playing it, I was actually having a lot of fun. So let's move on from that to a game that was beautiful and engaging and emotional. Firewatch. Matt, you just finished it last night. What did you think?
I did enjoy it-ish. I was expecting a lot more based off the trailers and everything and all the hype that was around it. It was very gorgeous again in the graphics. It was a great little indie game. The one thing that I did have as a downfall is it was very much a walking sim.
Mm-hmm.
There was some little twists and stuff, but that game right at the fucking beginning punches you right in the gut with the feels.
Yeah, and unfortunately we can't really get into that because it was something that the developer kept very secret that nobody really expected. Hit me very, very hard as well because I have direct ties to it. And you can see my full playthrough. Actually, I did it in 2 sittings just to make sure the YouTube videos weren't super long. They're both about an hour and 45 minutes. That's on our YouTube channel, and if you don't feel like paying for it, honestly, you'll probably get about the same experience watching it. Because as Matt said, it's a walking simulator, but one of the more emotional ones that I've played. I'd recommend it to anybody because you're not going to miss $20 and you're not going to miss 4 hours of your life because that's how long the game is. So,
Yeah.
simple as that. Let's move on to a dagger in our hearts. Dying Light: The Following. So the long-anticipated and awaited expansion for Dying Light, which we only actually got to play in January. We fell in love with it. We couldn't believe we hadn't played it yet. It was amazing. The cooperative play was awesome. Its expansion came out called The Following, and my God, what a damn train wreck that is.
That was so sad.
So me, Matt, and Sam actually decided to play this. We were waiting for Matt to get home. We played it, I believe it was a Saturday night. It was Saturday night. We played it for about an hour and a half. The biggest problem, I should start with this, one of the few problems that Dying Light had was when you were playing co-op in high-populated areas, the frame rate dropped on the console versions. And I know all you PC Master Race people are saying, well, on PC it ran fine. If you have a $3,000 or $2,000 rig, I'm happy for you. But they made the game for PS4, I should be able to play it. The Following does something worse by not fixing that at all and making it 10 times worse. Because they added dune buggies, which we were all really excited about because they drive really quick and it's awesome to get around these large areas that they've created in The Following. But because of the movement speed of your dune buggies, you might as well be watching a PowerPoint presentation when you're playing the damn game. Because it goes down to, I would shit you not, 3 or 4 frames per second. Was
it that many?
Yeah, exactly. And to the point where some people were getting kicked out and the game was crashing on some people because it wasn't able to keep up. It's sort of a travesty because it basically took everything that was awesome about Dying Light, and the one special thing about Dying Light was that you could play the game in its entirety, in not just some bullshit side missions and special challenge shit with co-op and with your friends. You could do the entire game with your friends. Every mission, every story mission, everything together. And in The Following, when you do that, you can't play the game pretty much at all on consoles. So I'm happy for you PC people, but it wouldn't be getting a glowing recommendation from me. I shouldn't have even played it because it really tainted what I thought of Dying Light as well. Matt, what do you have to add? You played it a lot by yourself. Was it any better, at least by yourself?
When you were playing solo, there was the ability to actually get through the entire missions. The frame rate problems weren't there. I did finish 78% of the story, but I did find the story was lacking compared to the original game, and all the hype we put around it after not playing it. It had been out for a year and everything. It was a different punch to the guts. It was a kick to the nuts on how The Following was with the online and everything, and it was a disappointment. I was looking forward to the dune buggies. I spent all kinds of time driving around, upgrading it, and it just wasn't what it made it out to be. I was so hyped when I saw the trailer and everything, and it's just not the same game that I remembered before coming back for The Following.
Yeah. It's definitely. I'm glad I had another game to play because The Following was disappointing, but that other game is pretty damn good.
It was.
Let's move on to Rainbow Six Siege, or as I like to call it on every single podcast since I've been playing it, G.I. Joe's The Game.
And I hate Drywall the Game.
Yeah, and I hate Drywall the Game, and Drywall Hatred Simulator the game, and so often do we take these multiplayer only games and we bash them into the ground for being multiplayer only. Titanfall 2, Evolve, Titanfall 2. Titanfall, Evolve. They were great games, but they weren't very deep. What's weird about Rainbow Six Siege is that on paper it would seem less deep than even that.
Yeah.
But it's more deep than that because of...
It's because you can destroy stuff in this G.I. Joe's the game.
Yeah, okay, so the biggest concern I had and why I didn't get it right at launch was because I was worried that it was going to be a very Call of Duty progression system, which, if people play Call of Duty, you know that the more you play it, the better guns you unlock, and then the more you play with those guns, the more scopes and stuff you unlock. My problem with that is that for people that don't play it as much, they end up having to use shittier weapons, and I don't think that's fair at all. In Rainbow Six Siege, they actually did away with that because almost all the guns are fairly similar. you can have them. There's certain people that have marksman rifles, certain people that have shotguns and things of that nature. But if you're using a shotgun person and another shotgun person, pretty much the same type of weapon. What differs it from it is the operators you can choose, which is why I call it G.I. Joe's the game, because there are, I believe, 13 or something, 12 or 13 attackers and 12 or 13 defenders. I'm not really sure exactly what it is.
There would be 13 of each now.
Yeah. So, and they all have special abilities. As an example, somebody will have a bulletproof wall they can put up instead of a regular barricade that you can shoot through. That helps you because that means people have to destroy it with explosives. Things of that nature. And all of them only have like 2 or 3 weapon options to choose from. And that makes the game feel a lot more level as soon as you start. So very accessible. Deep in the sense that you have to come up with strategies in order to defend or attack because you can blow up almost every wall. There are some that aren't destructible, but most walls, you can get into a room, like a square room, from 3 of the 4 sides in most cases, or above and below it.
Yeah.
So you can act like you really have to think about this game when you're playing, and that's why it's so rich and deep and why you want to keep playing it. And the operators have like really cheesy names and really stupid bio videos and stuff like that. Like, oh, they say I couldn't make it smaller or more accurate, but I did, basically. And it's like, it's so, I just don't know what to, it's something that I can play by myself. I love playing with everybody else, of course, but, and it's more fun that way, but I can still, it's accessible for by yourself. The in-game chat works really well. The biggest problem that this has is its in-game party system is crap.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a long speech. Matt, what do you think about the game? You haven't played it nearly as much as I have. I think you've only got 1 or 2 nights out of it.
I've actually gotten a bit more of that just based off the internet connection that I'm in. I can't actually connect to your guys' invites that you sent me. But I really didn't think I was going to like it because I'm sick of the first-person shooter multiplayer. I played the crap out of Call of Duty and Battlefield for the longest time. I didn't want to do them anymore. But after seeing the both fun and rage that Sam was having while playing the game, I decided to get it. I'm actually liking Tachanka more. I wish you guys had told me to get Tachanka more than Rook, but
it all depends on your style of play, and that's the beauty of it, which is a great comparison because, as an example, Tachanka in the game is a character that can put down a turret, and he has a lot of ammo for this turret, and the turret's very powerful. But if you're using the turret, you're very stationed, and that means you are easily killed because you can be headshot really quickly. The reality is that whatever style of gameplay you play, and I've seen it because my cousin Scott just got the game, and he's playing with completely different characters that I don't even like playing with. So it really is G.I. Joe's the game where you have like all the Joes are there and you choose, and all the Joes have stupid specialties and stuff like that. The only thing they're missing is a Snake Eyes character that uses swords and ninja stars, which, who knows, maybe that'll come, but it really is a very deep multiplayer game and has my full recommendation. This will be, as I've said, my Overwatch game until Overwatch comes out in the spring, and that Matt likes it. That gives me hope that maybe he'll actually like Overwatch as well, because it's going to be that sort of deep, rich first-person multiplayer that's not Call of Duty run around and try and headshot people. It's going to be, oh crap, you're this person, you can do this, and now I have to deal with that. And I know it's not on this list, but let's talk a little bit about The Division.
we're going to talk about that a lot on Legs Bite.
I just want to mention that we played the beta really, really quickly before we get into our own games. I really love the beta. I think it's going to be a great game. What did you think of the beta since it was your first stab into it last night? We were running around the Dark Zone having some fun.
The actual missions and stuff themselves, I felt a little bit lacking. I'm not big on the third-person cover. In the Dark Zones, when you are playing with people and worrying about who's going to come up and shoot you in the back, or if you're going to shoot someone by accident and then have to run away.
Didn't happen last night, though.
It definitely happened last night. I saw someone running at Nanu and decided to shoot at them.
Yeah.
Is it a game that I'm probably going to get at release? No, I'm probably going to wait and sit down and watch you guys play to see some of what the end game content's going to be, not just picking up the chests, see what kind of events are going to be in the Dark Zones besides running around.
Yeah. That's all I wanted to know is what you thought, because you have a different opinion on it than a lot of other people, and some people do think like, oh, it's got some lackluster things. I am happy that it was a limited beta, that there wasn't a lot of stuff in it, because what Destiny did wrong is that they gave you all the abilities, although they didn't really let you leave Earth. They still gave you every single ability because the gameplay didn't change when you went to these other planets. You played all of your abilities. You don't have all of your abilities in this game.
Yeah.
You only have about 20% of the map opened. And you start off at level 4, so you don't really know what the beginning of the game is going to be, because the mission you started in the beta is obviously in the middle of a different mission. So you don't get your base of operations, I think, until you're around level 4. So I'm interested to see the start of the game. Could be one of the most unique experiences of the year or of the last few years. I think a lot of people, as long as this game delivers on what it promises, will be switching from Destiny to The Division. There's a lot of talk around that. There's a rumor that endgame content will be a raid in Rikers prison. Rikers Island, which prison, right? Yeah. Rikers Island prison, and
well, penitentiary if you want to get technical.
Whatever. That would be awesome. I could just see these really powerful enemies that are like serial killers and stuff, and have taken over the prison and taken all the guards like bulletproof vests and stuff like that. It'd be awesome. All right, let's get in really quickly to the few games that we've played separately. So I'm going to start off. I did a live stream while I was on vacation. I started SOMA finally. I haven't gotten back to it yet. Played about 2 hours of it. Seems a little bit scary. The art direction's really good. I'm not really exactly sure what the hell's going on. I went into a doctor's office, and now I'm in an underwater place with robots, and my skin changes. And
I haven't watched your SOMA videos.
Anyway, very, very weird. My biggest gripe so far is that the AI that I have encountered that is very scary and reminds me of a movie called Virus from the late 90s. All right.
What the fuck was that? Is that because you said virus?
I have no idea. Anyway, reminds me of that, and the problem with the AI, though, is that it's on a patterned patrol, so very easy to avoid, which kind of disappointed me. But so far, so good. Very scary, very not up Matt's alley, and now I'm in some underwater part where I'm like, I thought I was going to drown, and then all of a sudden my skin changed color, and then now I'm walking out in the middle of the ocean. I don't know what's going on. Really confused.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt, what have you been playing that I haven't touched?
Only game that... I have lots of games loaded, but the only game that I've actually played that you haven't touched has been Lego Avengers. Always playing the Lego games. This one has... I was very disappointed when it came to Dimensions, so it kind of lost a little bit of traction and the love I had for the Lego games, and then I started playing Lego Avengers, and it is turning me back around because it's one of the traditional Lego games again, but they're trying to do too much and take from too many of the other games, Lego Marvel, Lego Batman 3. They both had done it very well, but in Lego Avengers, they're now going all the way back to Lego Batman, where in the main story missions is where you get the red bricks, and then there's hub worlds, and you can't do things until you've done all the hub worlds, and it's just...
God, that sounds complicated.
Yeah,
this is a kid's game, people!
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it something I'd recommend? Not as much as I have in the past. But...
still fun?
Still fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a time killer when no one else is online and you need something to do, but yeah, no, not as fun as the rest, but it is. I have to play all the Lego games. It's like embedded into me now.
Embedded, not
Embedded,
inbreaded.
whatever.
Inbreaded's really weird.
Yeah, it is really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, now that you think about it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, before we get the hell out of here, I played Gone Home. I did a Let's Play of the full playthrough in one sitting. It was about an hour and a half. And that's on our YouTube channel as well, so go check it out. But very emotional game, really, really good story. Not a game you're ever going to play more than once. But really kind of threw me through a roller coaster there as far as, okay, is this depressing? Is this going to end bad? Is this going to end good? Didn't really know, but really wanted to know the story of my sister in the game. And Really, really, really enjoyed it. Glad I waited to play it all in one sitting because I would have been upset if I had broken it up and stuff like that. So check out that Let's Play. I'd recommend that game because that's another thing like Firewatch. You're not going to miss $20, and this is even short. Actually, I think it might have been $10. This is even shorter than that. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on how fast you go through it, and really, really powerful, emotional game. I really love first-person experience games, as they're called. I love that they're sort of evolving that kind of genre and what they can do with it. So really recommend that. I think that's been long enough, though, so let's do some plugs and get out of here. If you want to follow me, I am at Chalicist on Twitter. If you want to follow Matt,
at ManWTheBeard.
And if you want to follow us as a collective group, we are at Gaming Lag. Please go to the website, gaminglag.com, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and please, guys, share the videos if you can. If you have a YouTube channel yourself, go there, share the video, share our podcast. We'll be live if you're watching this on the Monday that this goes up. We will be live tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and every single Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the Lag Spike podcast, which is our big gaming one. We are working, however, on a secondary one. We're sort of putting that on hold to find out what happens with conflicting schedules until that happens. Thank you very much for watching. Gaming Lag out. They can still hear it.